How do you find the work you love? Recognizing that most of us spend the majority of our time in our work, how do we make it meaningful as well as productive financially? This is a topic that affects all of us, and the old model of finding one job and staying there for all of our working life is rapidly disappearing as an option. We've been confronted with so much change in the last few years that it is absolutely necessary that each of us create a life plan, not just a job plan. We've grown accustomed to hearing the reports of downsizing and unwelcome change. AT&T laying off 40,000 employees, Delta letting 10,000 people go. General Motors plans to eliminate 25,000 workers by 2008. The Enron and WorldCom collapses left thousands more scrambling for new daily work and for the replacement of their destroyed retirement funds. Service Merchandise closed their doors nationwide, giving some 25-year employees 1 hour to clean out their desk and leave the premises. Pirelli Tires closed rather than give in to union demands. People who went to work for these traditional companies are being given the unwelcome news that after years of faithful service, they are no longer needed. How does this impact us? What does that mean in terms of what the new opportunities are? And that's really what we're going to look at in this presentation. Not the fact that there are downsizings taking place, that organizations are restructuring, but rather, where are the new opportunities? We can't stop change. That will continue. Jobs will come and go. Companies will come and go. We can't stop that. But losing a job should not change the direction of your life. Your life should continue in the same direction regardless. But for that to be the case, you must have a life plan in place. Without a sense of what your life is all about, going far beyond what you do in your job, losing or changing a job can become a major derailment. 85% of the process of having confidence about direction comes from looking at yourself first. 15% then is the application. Knowing clearly how God has uniquely gifted you will give you the confidence to continue on a clear path rather than feeling derailed with each job change. We will continue to hear a lot about downsizing and jobs being terminated. Fortunately, new opportunities are plentiful. However, the new opportunities may look different than your old job. For you, it may not be a traditional job with an 8-to-5 schedule. What we're going to look at is, how does this change impact us? How are you going to deal with change? And then we're going to look at what is unique about you. Looking at yourself first is the critical initial step in defining the proper direction. That's how you end up with work that gives you a sense of peace, fulfillment, and accomplishment. Many people just look at the opportunity and try to make themselves fit that opportunity. This is a recipe for disaster. You can't talk yourself into doing well over a long period of time, something that does not fit you. The first place to start is to look at you. So after we look at change, we're going to deal with that. Then we're going to discuss some of the nuts and bolts of finding the work you love. That will include resumes, job search, interviewing, negotiating salaries, and so on. We know that in interviews, most hiring decisions are made in the first 3 to 5 minutes. What does that tell us? It tells us that people are not looking at the fine print on the 3rd page of your resume. Rather, they're looking at you, the person. Is this somebody I like? Is this somebody that's fun to be around? Are they going to fit in well here? So we're going to look at some of the characteristics that you have to be aware of in an interview situation. And beyond that, we're also going to cover what are some of the new work models. What about a non-traditional job that does not have the characteristics of an 8-to-5 job that most of us grew up with? What are the opportunities there? What about consulting, freelance work, business opportunities, or entrepreneurial ideas? Those are some of the things we're going to cover in this continuation of 48 Days to the Work You Love audio program.